Hello everybody and welcome back to Edgewater, Saskatchewan. Well, the winter was busy and there's a lot has been going on. We are 3 years on the farm in a minute. We are into April. It's a bit cloudy. Not looking good. But I think we are just sort of getting ourselves back out the winter. 12 degrees at the minute with a high of 15. Well, the ladies have been good here. Look at this. We've gained more animals, so we've got more chickens. As you can see, there's a lot of eggs in this one. These over here, these were the newborns. These have started to produce eggs as well. It's all been going on. There's a lot of things happened. A lot has changed. It's been busy, and I mean very busy. So you might see, if you look at the top corner, top right corner, our bank balance is at 5.6 million. I know you're probably thinking, wow, that's a massive jump. That's been a lot of hard work, and I mean a lot of like keeping the BGA fed and sorting things out, keeping productions going. There's a train in the background. So I have added a few little bits in, like this. Just a little shed down here because I was moving these from the main yard to the tank for milk, slurry, another little trailer. You know, I've been moving these back and forth from the main yard, but down here is where they get a lot of use. They're moving slurry over to the BGA and milk and all that kind of stuff. So just it made sense to go here. Now we have gained more cows as well. Have a look at the cows. Sometimes you see they stick their head through. So the cows are doing well. More of them. Oh, this one's just getting up. We have also, we sort of sneak through here as well. You see we've got some wool. We've gained some more sheep. It's just, yeah, animals are just thick and fast. The only things we haven't got at the minute are pigs, because I am going to get them at some point, but we do need the food, which is why I haven't got them yet. If you didn't see the last episode of the final cut for winter, you might have missed this then. The BGA has had a bit of an upgrade, which is why the bank balance has jumped quite a bit. Another fermenter, more of these little troughs, then 2 more troughs to be able to put, like, feed them, and another cogen plant. These things are mighty expensive. I mean, at about 700 grand each, but it's balanced out just nice. 2 fermenters, 3 of them, 4 troughs. It keeps it going. When it's all full, the cogen plants are about 98%. It's where we want it. The torch doesn't have to do anything because that's just burning it away. Stops the thing blowing up. So it's all going well. Now, I did put one of these in here because you're probably thinking, well, it was the final cut over winter. How am I feeding the BGA? Granted, I would love to use my own grass, but over winter, as you know, we don't get any more grass. The last episode was the final cut, hence the name of it. So I have had to use this thing. Now, it's like a buy anything. You literally can buy anything from here. And I have had to go and spend money to buy grass. And I mean a lot by the trailer load. Buy grass, cheapest way of doing it. Move it across to my fermenter, turn it into silage, bang it into the BGA. It's the only way I could do it. I'm hoping now we're into more warmer times, that we're back into the grass growing, and we should be able to harvest it, and I should be able to use my own grass to keep it fed. Fingers crossed. Now, it isn't just the BGA that's been keeping things going. We have obviously had products come out of the dairy. We've had butter and cheese. Down here, then, not much else. Bakery and the grain mill haven't actually yet started. I'm hoping this year, after being on the farm for 3 years, we are going to get them going. These things have been used. So this is my seed production. I have used that to make my own seeds. Obviously, we're going to need them for this year because we've got a lot to put in the ground. Corn. Yeah, the corn dryer has not had anything done, but these are where I've been making my money. So this turns the digestate, which we get off the BGA. It's just a byproduct that's made from the BGA. This turns digestate into solid fertilizer. Again, you can find all these on the official mod hub. They're just normal productions. They are really cool. They're handy and a nice way to make some money. Solid fertilizer then has been coming across to this one, which this takes water and solid fertilizer and makes in liquid fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer is where the money is at. And I mean, this has still got about 262,000 litres in here. Not long ago, it had 1.2 million litres in here. Each trailer full is 70,000 litres. And all I've got to do is run it across to this, which is one of them container things, you know, the sell anything stations. Each 70,000 litre trailer load is £250,000. Still 262,000 litres sat in there. Yeah, there's some money. There's a lot of money. We can go and have a look on my stock checker of everything that's on the farm, and you'll see the one highlighted in blue, liquid fertilizer. And as you can see, with what's in there at the minute, I can still get over 1 million just from that. That's mental. Speaking of mental, we are back at the main yard, and if we go and have a look, then I've had to freeze time because there's a lot that needs to get done in this game month, and I think we could have the next couple of episodes in this game month. So I froze time because if it runs away, that's just not good. And I have been buying more fields, and I might have completely redone this again. There was nothing wrong with the last one. I was just outgrowing it already. I needed more equipment, so I have had to change the yard completely again. Move the wash bays up here, put some fuel tanks over here, and some massive sheds with obviously, you know, electric garage doors on them. As you can see, there's quite a lot here. Still got me shed there for all my products, and I've had to move this as well. And as you can see, this is full. So been stocked up with hay, silage, which is obviously came from, you know, BJ and the buy any station thingy. Straw that we had in there that was full from last time, just had to move it across. Yeah, it's there's a lot been going on. And the reason why I had to expand the yard is because I bought more fields, so we managed to add on to the yard. It's been busy. It's been a busy winter, and if we go and have a quick look in here, you can see we're nicely stocked up in here. Well, too much mineral feed for what cows need. Solid fertilizer, which has come from my own seeds, again come from my own production thingies, you know, them things I was showing you. Liquid fertilizer, again, I've been selling a lot of it, but also stocked up my shelf here. Herbicide, I've got my own herbicide production, and lime, which I have had to buy because to get lime you need stones. Stones aren't turned on this game. So that's what's been going on. These things are nice as well, by the way. Love these sheds. Look at this. Everything's all stocked up in here, nice. And we simply got lights as well. We can turn them on and off. Very nice sheds. Very expensive, but a nice upgrade. If we go and take a quick look at the map, then you can see everything in blue is what I own. Yes, I have gone and purchased a few more fields. So you can see this down here. This is where the yard is, this number 27. I have got all this round here. You would have seen that was the final cut episode. Last episode was that one. And this all here is the normal. That field as well, 58 is another one, which if I'm honest, I completely forgot. I was going through off camera to see what I'm going to put where. Got these ones here as well, because we're going to need an array of different things in the ground for pig food, like potatoes, and you need crops as well, like wheat or barley, and there's so many different things you need, so I need more fields. But I also needed a massive grass field. So last time I was using this for the final cut, but that's now no longer got grass, and as you can see, it's cultivated, and I have done a little bit of ploughing because I've just took out a few little bits, some trees here, and there was a little bit as it goes round, as you can see. And same with here, there was like a telegraph pole, and I've kind of just took this out here and ploughed it. Now that was my grass field, but I'm going to use that for something else. Instead, this here, which was all these fields, as you can see all the different numbers, I might have stitched together, as you can see all the little joins that were there. I might have stitched together and made this massive whopper. And I mean, yeah. You are seeing bits of blue, bits of purple, because I've had to plow bits up and some bits are cultivated and stuff, so it's a bit of a mix, but that's a beast. If we just take the plowed and cultivating off, you'll see all that round here, round the yard, all this here. Oh my, that's going to be the grass field, and I'm hoping if we get a few cuts of that, that should give me enough grass to get silage over the winter. We're going to have to store it up because that's going to give a lot of grass and a lot of silage. But you can see my thinking there. Unfortunately, couldn't do it over winter, but I have prepped the field ready. We just got to put grass in it. So enough of me going on now, because it has been a good few minutes of me going on. We are going to go and open this garage up here. We are going to get one of my fence out, and oh yeah, I did go and buy one of these. 9RX. I had to. A lot of money, but I had to. I needed something for the cultivator to pull around. Or, well, for something to pull the cultivator around, should I say. Cultivator needs a good nearly 600 horses. That thing's 672, so I needed something. It's purely there for the cultivator. So if we go and get this tractor, we'll go and open up these sheds here. Now, I did get some more, like, those smaller planter and seeder, which might seem stupid, this thing, only because, well, if you really want the truthful answer on this one, I got this because I was watching a actual real farm video on YouTube, and they were using this exact thing, and I just thought, I wonder if we got this in the game. And it is exactly specced out the same way, with the little, like, gears there, you know, the little, like, discs clearing the path in front, and it looks exactly the same. It's so cool. So I had to have one. I really did. Now, I've gone for them tanks, the liquid fertilizer, rather than the actual side tanks you can get on a tractor. And this is my planter. It's smaller, yes, but I'm hoping, with it being smaller, I'm hoping that the course play guy should be able to manage that, because it seems bigger equipment, they are struggling and just not being able to, like, get around the field without crashing. So let's just go and drop off the weight. Obviously, we don't need the weight because we have got this which goes on the front. So if we go and connect this up, and we'll get this on the front, just like the front tank, and we'll get this on the back. We can start putting stuff in the ground. So I'm just coming over to my seed shed now. I'm just going to go into here, go onto seeds, and I'm going to get a couple of bags out because they're 2,000 litre bags each. These as well might not look like normal bags. These are fillable bags. So instead of buying the ones from the store pre-filled, you buy these empty, and I fill them myself from my own seed and fertilizer production. That's why they look a little bit different. So cool. And I can just throw them in here and stack them on the shelf. So there's 4,000 litres. I'm not exactly sure how much this is going to take. Let's just see if we go and have a look in here. We fill up. It's not actually looking like it's a massive capacity in here. It's looking like we're, what, 1,500 litres? Now, I'm new to this bit of equipment. I'm assuming it is just the tank on the front. I'm assuming that feeds it. You've got the pipe which goes all the way down here and feeds this. So I'm guessing there's no tank on here. It is just the front that we need to fill up. So we'll leave them there for now. We'll get started. And then we might have to come back and take some of these out. Now I have got a seed tender, I think it's called. Was it? This thing here. It's over here. So we can use this. One, to fill my bags up with, and also to take out... What's it actually called? Oh, seed runner. So we can actually take this out into the field and fill it up with seed and fertilizer. So I'm going to keep coming back for bags. So I might need to do that. But we'll see how we get on. See how far this one goes. And it is just seed only. There's no need to put any fertilizer on this one because all the fields have been done. So I'm thinking in this big field, this is the big number one that I stitched together. I'm thinking of putting oats in here because oats are what we need to go into the grain mill to get some flour so we can start making bread. I'm hoping that this one field should give us more than enough flour. Well, oats to make flour. We should get enough oats and it should make us enough flour to keep the bread factory going for quite a while. Say bread factory, bakery. Can't get my words out today. So, before we do this, do you think we should pay the loan off? I'll be honest, I don't think I've shown you this loan. It's at 5 million. So you're probably thinking, oh yeah, but look at that. That's a nice profit you've got there. I said I wanted to try and get a 5 million profit goal before I end the series. Well, it's pretty much all going to go to pay the loan off. We are going to be left with 619,000, so it's still a nice amount of money. I think we should pay it off because I am getting charged a stupid amount of money every time I go bed. So I'm going to go through and pay this off because it's going to take a little while because it only pays off in 5,000 per one. So it's a lot of sitting here clicking a button. So I'll catch you in a minute. My word, that's a lot of finger action, that is. So I really wish that they would change it so you could pay off more than just 5,000. But then saying that, I have got a mod that allows me to go over the 500,000 kind of loan maximum, which is normally in the game. So I suppose it's my own fault, really. But yes, all paid off now. 619,000 is ours now. We're actually in profit for a change. And finally, I won't get hit with extortionate fees. So we're set to Oats. The course has been generated. We're going to start from here. We're going to activate this guy and we're going to see how he gets on. Back way a little bit. It's a little bit loud. So fingers crossed, he should be okay. You see, the course has been generated and it looks pretty cool. I've got it to do 4 headlands, which might seem a bit much, but it's only a 6 meter working width. So I just wanted to give him a bit of room to be able to turn around because well, he's likely to hit the fence. Now, like I said, I know it's a small kind of like header. Well, it's a small width, working width. But I was just a bit worried that if we go for anything bigger, he's just got a good reason to like get it caught. And that's why I thought this is more controllable because it's not like trailed behind, it's attached to the tractor. So hopefully the worker's got a little bit more control on it. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. We'll see how it gets on. Well, that's one headland round and it seems like the worker's doing okay. Now, you do have to babysit when you do a new course and, you know, new planter and it's the first time that you send in a course play worker round. You do have to just babysit and check because you might have seen at the very start, before I stopped the last clip, he got stuck here along this fence. It's only because he detected the fence and hasn't realized that he's got like a seed box on the front. So all I had to do was just go and remove a few sections of fence to allow him to carry on. And there's a section like round the corner where it's a sharp corner. You see the one ahead of us, it's a sweeping round. But the one down the other side, it's a sharp corner. Well, I've told him to do sharp corners. So he needs to go straight on out the field a bit to be able to still plant right to the edge. And then he needs to back up, turn around, and then again back out the field a bit to cater for the sharp corner. But when you've got obviously a fence around, that just isn't possible. And this one is easy because it just sweeps around nice and smooth, as you can see. So you can see there's little bits on the edge that were missed when setting the course play worker to do the cultivating. Little bits on the edge, but you know, no big deal. So that's all you need to remember is once you've gone round, like the first time anyway, closest to the fence, just watch it and make sure that you assess where he's going to need bits of maybe the fence removing. Now, it does become tricky if you're working. Luckily, this map is fine. You can remove the fence. But certain maps, you just got no control. You can't remove the fence. So you might need to go do a headland first yourself, then put the course play worker in. It's, yeah, you just got to try and work out what's going to be best. Now, this guy, he says he's going to take several hours. I mean, I think it's 2.5 hours in real time to complete this field. Now, granted, I could have got a bigger planter. But I'm just not sure if the course play workers will be able to deal with a bigger planter very well. But we'll just let this guy crack on. He's already got through half his seeds. Let's go and have a look at another field myself. So I'm just going to bought myself this new little toy. Now, it's 12 meters, so it's double the size of what Matey Boy's using in that field. The problem is you have to open it up to be able to fill it. And as you can imagine, it's going to be a bit tricky because it's going to catch that there. Right, we're going to have to try and back up to this one. I've filled a little seed runner up. Ooh, that went through. I always thought that's going to hit it. So I filled this up then. I went over to my seed production and sort of topped it up from there. Can we get in now? Now, I've got a feeling the tractor needs to be attached to the seed runner for it to work. There's a lot of faff in all this, and there's little seed runners. It's good though, because it allows you to bring things out to the field. Now, luckily, we're not using any fertilizer on any of this, so we don't need to worry. But this seed runner does have 2 compartments. Making an absolute mess of this. I should have really kind of planned this a little bit better. There we go. So we're just going to put seed in here. Now, it has got 2 compartments, as you can see. It's using the first compartment, which I did actually start filling with bags. And I thought, actually, you know what? I've got some still left over in my seed production. We might as well go and use that. So we're just going to go take this out into the field as well, because our worker has actually stopped. He's ran out now. So we'll head over to him. He's doing a good job, actually. Now, I was tempted to swap them around and actually use this smaller one in the 2 fields next to us and give him the bigger one. The only problem is because part of it's already been done by Courseplay, it's going to want to try and go round and do it again. So on this occasion, I think we might just leave him to crack on. Mate, are you going to open that? Are you going to open it? Or are you going to make me do it? And is anybody actually in there? Oh. You know what? I'm actually not even near it. He's just gone. All right. I'll do it then. How rude. He literally no seed and thought, you know what? I'm just going to go home. That's charming. Right. So we'll just leave this one here. We'll jump back in here and see if we can actually get him to actually carry on working. Please? Are you going to carry on where you left off? How rude to just get up and actually go home. Give me a phone call and say you ran out of seed. Uh-oh. We need to jump in. I know this. See, this is the thing you got to remember with Courseplay. You need to change the waypoint. There we go. He's back underway. So the reason why he sort of goes all over the place sometimes is because when you set it to the nearest waypoint, you can see some of these are going at a bit of a diagonal angle. It depends which one of them he actually grabs onto, and as it turned out, I was just a little bit far back and he actually grabbed on one of the angle ones, which is why he started to turn. So we got him back on track now. He is actually going the right way. He's completing the last headland, and you see, if we have a quick look on this bit here, you'll see this is the little section here where I was saying that he gets not confused, but obviously because of the fence he can't go far enough forward. Now that's what happened on the edge, but luckily because we've got enough headland kind of gap now, it doesn't really affect him too much. So you can see he'll back up a little bit, but you can imagine when you've got the fence nearby, that's why this corner of the fence you can see in the bottom of the screen now, it's missing. I had to get rid of it to allow him a bit more room. So he's now just doing the final headland pass, and then he's going to start striping. So we're set up with this plant then. It's 12 meters. We've got a lot more seed in this one, 5,800 liters. I've set it to barley, so I'm putting barley in this field here, and then the one just over there, literally just over the way, basically the work is in that one there, so I didn't want to go and have the 2 workers clashing with each other. So I thought if we're starting this one, wheat in that one, barley in this one, just to give us a little bit of, you know, chicken feed. And when we're doing all right for wheat at the minute, oats are going to go in for grain. Barley and wheat, I just think if we just use these 2 fields for this, then we should have enough for the chickens. I've set the course on here. I'm going to just double check it is at first waypoint. That's good. Let's just activate from here and see the worker should sort himself out. Now, I've set it to do 2 headlands and then start striping. Might not need it to, but I'd just rather give him a bit of room so he's got to turn. So we'll see how he gets on. Fingers crossed he should be okay. And we can see he's really flying, this one is. So we might just see if we can try and pull his speed down a little bit. Just change the cruise control. It will hold him back a little bit. Now they will miss little bits of the edges. It is to be expected, so it's not the end of the world. If you really want, you can come back and go over them yourself. But the fields are like quite weird sort of shapes. So I'm hoping that this one should be okay. I don't think there's anything, there's no sharp edges for him to sort of get stuck on. So really, it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, just missing the little edges there, but it is to be expected. They've got to do nice sweeps, but also you can see the little jagged edges on the fields. It's yeah, a bit weird. So we'll just leave him to do, you know, the edges he wants to do. It's all looking pretty good so far. It's just this end along here could get a bit sketchy because of the fence. Depends if he sees the fence and panics. I think the fence is far enough back. Yeah, he shouldn't have an issue. Telegraph poles? No, they're okay. So fingers crossed, if he does one lap around, he's going to do another lap around. So that should get him away enough from the fence when he starts striping. That we're not, like, he's not going to get in the way. Touch wood. All looking pretty good. Can he master this corner without hitting the post? Should be all right. Yep, nice job. Look at that. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm hoping he might go and finish off that little bit at the start that he missed. I think that will be for, like the first headland complete then. This little bit here, is he going to? Yep, he's just gone round there. Now at some point here he should step it out. As you can see, he's now going for the second one. If we just go put this on for you, you'll be able to have a quick look and see that's the path. If we put it all on, that's what he's following. So it could get quite interesting when he's doing the striping. But I'm hoping he should be able to work it out. Sometimes they get a little bit confused. It says it's only going to take about 12 minutes. That's not too bad. So we'll let him crack on. We'll see how the other one's getting on. So this guy is on his striping and he's doing it at a diagonal angle. So you can see, we just go put this on and put all the pattern on. You can see that's what he's doing. So he should spin around, back up to that little corner. Or we don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's turning around that way. Okay, fair enough. So he'll back up now, get lined up with that one, and then start going down. You see all the striping angles. Look at that. Horseplay is great. Really does help out. Just makes it so much easier. Now we can activate his speed a little bit, but I think he's doing all right. We'll just leave him to it. Let him crack on. So while them workers are getting on over on the fields, just come along down towards where the animals are. Just going to pick up my nice bright blue tanker. We're just going to go through here. I'm just going to grab another load of this then, because bank balance is going down. It fills up nice and quick. 70,000 litres, and we've literally only got to take it to this here. This is the sell point for this. So if we go drive across here and we can sell this, and you'll see that this is a nice little money maker. 249,000. Not bad. So let's give the band balance another little boost. So we can go part this one back. I'm going to go pick up the slurry one. I'm going to take the slurry across to the BGA. And we need to get the manure in there as well. Now, nothing's running at the minute because I've had to freeze time just to make sure that we have enough time in this month, really. Got a load of eggs as well. So we'll swap these over. We'll get the slurry up. We'll take it across to the BGA. 57,000 litres of slurry. If we just go and dump that in here, or dump it in here pretty quick, that would top up the BGA. So we can see on here then nothing is running at the minute. Like I said, that's gone red. It says missing materials. It's because it's not actually running. It's all stopped. So slurry's gone in. We need to just get some manure in. We've still got 268,000 litres of silage, so we're not doing too bad on there. Although the bunkers are completely empty. So if we get the manure in, we'll get that processing. So just before I go and get the trailer for the manure, I'm just going to bring this over to where the digestate is. And it's obviously the same tanker does slurry and digestate. We're going to get that filling up. Now there's 260,000 litres, so it's going to take a little while. So we can drop the trailer there and it will still keep filling. We'll go over and we'll get the actual tipper truck, or the tipper trailer. And we'll bring the manure across and get that processing. I say get it processing, but nothing's actually going to happen yet because everything is frozen. But when it does, then everything will sort of be ready to go. Now 43,800 of manure. If you blink, you're going to miss this. It goes in quick. I did say it goes in quick. So this is all in ready now. So that will start processing when we actually kick in time or we go to bed. Slurry, that's going to start processing as well. Silage is still in the big green fermenters, so there's nothing needs to go in the bunkers yet with them. Yeah, it's all looking pretty good. We'll take this trailer back and we'll go move the digestate over. 292,000 litres of digestate in here, so we'll take this across. Now there wasn't a massive amount of manure that we put in, about 48,000 litres. Now that's only going to go up because as the cows reproduce, more cows, more manure. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. It's just every little bit extra. So we don't have to worry too much about like how much manure goes in. It's all helping the BGA. The big one's the silage, so that's why we're going big with the grass. Now can we get across here before the train? I'll use my own horn. Train horn anyway. So we'll go put this in here. It's You can use the digestate to spread on fields. But if you want to just sort of get one of these productions in here, you can just drop it straight in here. That would then turn the digestate into solid fertilizer, and you can use that to spread on your fields instead. But also, if you need a bit of money, move it across to the liquid one. Get more money for liquid, you see. These are just great productions. So it looks like Matey Boy's got stuck here, so there isn't much we can do on this one. You could normally take away the fence, but because as he's turning here, he's going to hit the telegraph pole. Seems like I might need to reconfigure this course then, so we're going to have to stop him there. I'm going to have to take over, and we're going to have to put this back on so we can actually see where he's meant to be going next. So you can see he is quite off his path, but that is turning around, which, yeah, that's the only downside. Maybe we need to see if we can change the angle. So he's meant to be coming along here, and then he's meant to be going to this point here. So we set him on about here, and then we change this to the nearest waypoint. Fingers crossed, if we activate him again now, he should go, oh, I'm back on track. Like he is doing, and he's now following his course again. So he's only got a couple of minutes to go, so fingers crossed now he should be able to complete this then without any issues. See what happens. Before we forget, I just need to go into the productions and actually make sure the solid fertilizer one is active. Now, like I said, obviously time's frozen. It's not going to do anything at the minute. But when that makes it, it's taking the solid fertilizer, and I've got it set up at the minute to distribute it across the liquid one. Now, you can actually change that, and we can actually go for storing. So we might just store it for now, because the liquid one, as far as I'm aware, has got quite a bit still in it. Yeah, it's got 50,000 litres of solid fertilizer and still got 192,000 litres of liquid fertilizer in there. So I think we're doing all right at the minute. As you can see, the ratio there, 1,000 water, 500 solid fertilizer. Water might be a bit of an issue, but water's free. That's okay. So yeah, we'll just leave that as it is for now. So again, this guy has got stuck on the fence again, so we might just need to see if we can try and reconfigure this course then. He might, if I go and dismantle some of this fence, he might be able to carry on himself. We'll see. If we're just going to take some of this out, can he turn around before the post? Okay. He's pulling it round. Oh, it's wedged on the edge. That's so close. Oh, he's give up now. That was so close, you see. If it wasn't for the post, I think we would have been okay. There we go then. This guy has all finished now. Look at that. Lovely barley in this one. Very nice. That's all done, which is good timing because I need the tractor because we've got to go take it over because the other guy's just finished. Well, he's not finished. He's just run out of seeds. So we're going to go and get some seeds, put some more seeds in. And he'll be able to carry on then. So things are going pretty well at the minute. Oats are going in that one. Barley's just gone in this one. We've got wheat to put in that one to the right. And the main one is the massive grass field. We will go and take a quick look at the grass field before we wrap things up for today. We'll just go over and we'll just get this worker. So we're going to drop this here. I shouldn't really be parking stuff on here because this isn't our land anymore. So we'll just go over, take this over, hit him up with seed again, let him carry on. We'll go and have a look at the grass field. So this is the massive grass field, and I mean, it is huge. So you see, obviously, that's where the farm is. Everything here is, it's just massive. Let's just zoom down a little bit so we can have a look. So all this here, this is all the new grass field. So it was multiple little fields that I stitched together over winter. All the way around here. And it goes all the way back down around the farm. Look at that. That, I'm hoping. A few cuts off that, we should get plenty of silage. Now, we could go like here. This bit can be redone. So you technically could go right up to the edge of the road and sort of level it with that one over there. But I did like a little bit of sort of trees here to sort of protect the farm a little bit. So it's not, I mean, it is open. But what a good looking farm as well. So all in all then, things are looking pretty good. Soon we'll get to test this out and put some corn in the ground. We also got to buy a potato planter. Got to get one of them as well. We've got anywhere to put that? We've got enough shed space. I think we've got a few over here. Isn't there some more in here? Just about. I mean, we could move the headers out. They're kind of in the way of the headers already. Yeah, it's already getting a bit full. There's shed space already. So in this game month then, we still got to do a lot in this one. So we're going to leave it at this episode here. And in the next episode, we're definitely going to start on that grass because we need to get that growing. And then it's going to be next month before we can put stuff like corn and potatoes in the ground. Okay, so you can see on the calendar, we can put the wheat field in now. That can go in. But then next month for corn, sunflower, soybeans, potatoes. I do want to try and get all them in because we need obviously corn for pig food. We need sunflowers as well, soybeans, potatoes. We need them as well. So we need a bit of everything. So yeah, next month before we can do that. So in the next episode then, we'll get some wheat in the ground. We'll tackle the grass field. I might even do the wheat one off camera so we can just tackle the grass field. And once that's done, we can then move on to the next month and we can start putting corn in the ground. So I think that's going to be a good place to end this then. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're enjoying these episodes, then do give them a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.